Men have been using weaponized incompetence for decades. You know what I'm talking about? Suddenly, they can't figure out how to load a dishwasher, despite having advanced degrees and the ability to operate complex machinery at work. Well, ladies, it's time we learned this dark art, but we're going to use it for good, or at least for our own sanity. Welcome to the advanced course in strategic incompetence, where we turn society's impossible expectations against themselves. This isn't about being lazy. This is about being smart enough to realize that some battles aren't worth winning. Let me be clear. For decades, women have been the family's chief everything officer. We're expected to be the CEO of household management, the CFO of family finances, the CTO of technology troubleshooting, and the HR department for everyone's feelings. Meanwhile, men claim they don't know how to buy the right brand of yogurt. Time to level the playing field. The beauty of weaponized incompetence is that it looks like genuine helplessness while being completely intentional. The key is commitment. You can't be selectively incompetent. That's suspicious. You need to fully embrace your new identity as someone who just doesn't get it. Let's start with Pinterest craps, the bane of every mother's existence. Pinterest convinced us that loving our children means spending 17 hours hot gluing popsicle sticks into elaborate Valentine's Day boxes shaped like dinosaurs. Here's your new script. I'm just not crafty. I tried to make that thing from Pinterest, and it looked like it was assembled during an earthquake. The kids prefer store-bought anyway. Apparently, professional manufacturing is more reliable than my hot glue gun skills. Suddenly, your children develop a healthy appreciation for mass-produced goods, and you're no longer expected to compete with mothers who apparently have architecture degrees and unlimited access to craft supplies. School events are another goldmine for strategic incompetence. The PTA expects you to understand their complex volunteer hierarchy, remember which week is which themed Spirit Day, and navigate their communication system that involves 3 different apps, 2 Facebook groups, and a prayer chain. My approach, I signed up for something, but I think I did it wrong. The website was confusing, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to bring paper plates or run the ring toss. Technology and I don't really get along. This works because it's partially true. School communication systems are unnecessarily complicated, but it also positions you as someone who tried but failed, which is much more palatable than someone who didn't try at all. The result? Other parents start handling the communication, and you get assigned simple tasks like show up with money. Household organization is where weaponized incompetence really shines. Marie Kondo and her disciples want you to believe that a perfectly organized home is achievable and necessary for happiness. The Container Store built an empire on convincing women they needed 17 different types of bins to properly store their possessions. Here's your new reality. I bought all those organizational systems, but I think I'm using them wrong. Everything still looks messy, but now it's messy in expensive containers. I might just not have the organization gene. This deflects the blame from laziness to genetics. Much more socially acceptable. Plus, it implies you spent money trying to solve the problem, which shows good faith effort. The beauty is that people stop suggesting organizational solutions because you've already tried everything. Your house remains comfortably chaotic, and no one expects you to achieve Container Store catalog perfection. Technology troubleshooting is perhaps the most effective area for strategic incompetence. Society expects women to be simultaneously tech-savvy enough to manage all family technology, but confused enough that we still need men to explain cryptocurrency to us. Perfect example. I tried to set up that app thing for the school, but something went wrong, and now I'm getting notifications in Spanish. I think I broke something. Technology just doesn't like me. This magical phrase gets you out of being the family IT department while maintaining plausible deniability. Suddenly, tech problems become someone else's responsibility, and you're no longer expected to troubleshoot why the Wi-Fi is acting up or why the printer is possessed. Social media management for family events is another excellent target. Facebook wants you to create elaborate photo albums, Instagram expects perfectly curated family moments, and everyone assumes you'll coordinate group chats for extended family planning. Your new position. I posted that photo somewhere, but I can't find it now. I think it's on Instagram or maybe Facebook. Social media is so confusing. I can never remember which one does what. Someone else should probably handle the family group chat because I accidentally muted it and missed 3 birthday parties. The beauty of this approach is that social media platforms are genuinely confusing and constantly changing, so your incompetence seems reasonable rather than deliberate. Gift-giving coordination is where weaponized incompetence becomes truly liberating. Society expects women to remember every birthday, anniversary, teacher appreciation day, and random gift-giving occasion. We're supposed to maintain mental databases of everyone's preferences, sizes, and wish lists. Time to retire from this unpaid position. I'm terrible at gifts. Last time I tried to pick something thoughtful, I bought my mother-in-law a book about minimalism, and apparently that was sending a message. I think it's better if people just tell me exactly what they want, or maybe we could just give money. I don't want to accidentally offend anyone again. This positions your gift-giving incompetence as consideration for others rather than laziness. People start handling their own gift coordination, and you're off the hook for remembering that your neighbor's daughter's dance recital requires a congratulatory bouquet. The meal planning industrial complex expects women to be nutritional experts, budget analysts, and culinary artists. Pinterest wants you to create themed dinners that photograph well and satisfy everyone's dietary restrictions while staying within budget and using ingredients you can pronounce. Your new stance. I tried those meal planning apps, but I think I'm doing it wrong. We ended up with 17 pounds of quinoa and no actual meals. I'm just not good at the math part of cooking. Maybe we should order pizza and call it a day. This deflects from laziness to mathematical incompetence, which is socially acceptable for women in a way that admitting you don't want to meal plan isn't. Holiday coordination is the Olympics of female expectation management. Society expects you to create magical memories while managing budgets, coordinating schedules, handling decorations, planning meals, and maintaining family traditions that apparently you're personally responsible for preserving. Strategic incompetence here is revolutionary. I tried to do that thing we did last year, but I think I forgot some steps. The decorations look different, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing some tradition elements. Maybe someone else should take over the holiday planning because I don't want to ruin Christmas by doing it wrong. This hands the responsibility to someone else while positioning yourself as protecting the family from your own incompetence. Very thoughtful, really. The emotional labor management is where this gets truly powerful. Society expects women to be the family's emotional intelligence headquarters. We're supposed to remember everyone's feelings, anticipate needs, manage conflicts, and maintain family harmony. Your new approach. I'm just not good at reading people. When you said you were fine, I believed you, instead of launching a full investigation. I think I missed some social cues because I took your words at face value. Maybe you should be more direct about what you need, because I'm apparently not good at the guessing game. This turns emotional incompetence into a request for better communication. Very reasonable. The key to successful weaponized incompetence is consistency and commitment. You can't be selectively helpless. That's suspicious. You need to embrace your new identity as someone who tries hard but just doesn't get it. The phrase, "I think I'm doing it wrong," is your best friend. It implies effort while explaining failure. Technology doesn't like me suggests a personality conflict rather than laziness. I don't want to mess it up, positions incompetence as consideration for others. Remember, this isn't about being genuinely incompetent. It's about being selectively incompetent in areas where society's expectations are unreasonable. You're still capable of running meetings, managing complex projects, and solving actual problems. You're just no longer responsible for remembering that Thursday is pajama day and Friday is crazy hair day, while also coordinating the teacher appreciation lunch and organizing the class gift. The beauty of this system is that it redistributes labor more fairly. When you stop being competent at everything, other people have to step up. Your partner suddenly develops opinions about school events. Your children learn to manage their own social calendars. Extended family members start taking initiative instead of waiting for you to organize everything. This isn't manipulation. It's boundary setting with plausible deniability. You're not refusing to help. You're just acknowledging your limitations. Very mature, really. The goal isn't to be genuinely incompetent. The goal is to be free from the expectation that you should be competent at everything. There's a difference between being unable to do something and being unwilling to be the default person responsible for doing it. So here's your homework. Pick one area where you're currently the default expert and start developing strategic incompetence. Maybe you suddenly can't figure out the carpool scheduling app. Maybe you're confused about which organic snacks are approved for the classroom. Maybe you tried to organize the family photos but accidentally created 17 duplicates. And now everything is chaos. Welcome to the revolution of reasonable expectations. Population growing daily as more women discover the power of strategic helplessness, membership requirements, the willingness to disappoint people who expect you to be competent at everything just because you're female. The patriarchy taught men to weaponize incompetence to avoid responsibility. We're using it to avoid unreasonable expectations. That's not giving up, that's strategy.